Hey, it's Sean Foster, and you should watch Hollywood Week because it's such a beautiful collaboration of phenomenal artists from around the world.
While most American Idol alumni fade into digital obscurity within months of their finale, John Foster chose the first morning of 2026 to prove that his career was anything but a seasonal trend. Standing atop the Gulf to Gumbo float during the 137th Rose Parade, Foster wasn't just a guest. He was the focal point of a massive cultural rebranding. Spectators across Pasadena and millions watching via satellite were witness to a young man who looked significantly more weathered and professional than the teenager who first auditioned in a simple pearl snap shirt. This appearance served as the official launch of his 2026 Traditionalist campaign, a strategic move by his management to distance him from the reality TV label and cement him as a legitimate pillar of Nashville's elite. However, the polished exterior of the parade obscured a much more turbulent reality. Reports from the local Louisiana press indicated that Foster's return to the public eye was nearly canceled due to the immense pressure of his mounting fame. Sources close to the artist suggested that the transition from a small-town life in Addis to a global stage resulted in a period of intense isolation. The 2026 New Year's appearance was essentially a make-or-break moment for his label. Had he not shown up, the narrative would have shifted toward a breakdown. Instead, his performance sparked a viral resurgence. Industry analysts noted that his streaming numbers spiked by over 400% in the 48 hours following the parade. But as the music played and the crowds cheered, investigative journalists began digging into the why behind his sudden disappearance in late 2025. It wasn't just fatigue, it was the weight of a legal and personal history that was finally catching up to the young star. The contrast between the celebratory atmosphere of the parade and the somber reality of his personal life created a paradox that has defined his 2026 journey. The gravelly, soul-piercing depth in Foster's voice isn't a stylistic choice. It is the audible scar tissue of a 2022 catastrophe that nearly ended his life before the world ever knew his name. To understand where John Foster is in 2026, we must look back at the harrowing events of December 31, 2022. Foster was intimately connected to a high-speed police pursuit in Louisiana, which resulted in the passing of two of his closest friends, and Caroline Gill. The incident involved an officer, later identified as David, who faced multiple charges of negligent homicide after his cruiser struck the vehicle containing Foster's peers. This wasn't just a local news story. It was a trauma that fundamentally reshaped Foster's DNA. Throughout 2025 and into 2026, Foster has had to navigate the complexities of being a public figure while still grieving a loss that most people never recover from. His hit single, "Tell That Angel I Love Her," serves as a haunting tribute, but the behind-the-scenes reality is much grittier. Court documents and local testimonies suggest that Foster spent years grappling with survivor's guilt, a factor that almost led him to quit the music industry entirely. In 2026, new details surfaced regarding the civil litigation surrounding the crash, placing Foster in a difficult position where his personal tragedy was being dissected for public consumption. While fans see a touching tribute song, the investigative reality reveals a young man who has spent more time in depositions and counseling sessions than in recording booths. This shadow of mortality follows him to every concert, and his 2026 tour has been described by critics not as a celebration, but as a musical wake. The resilience he displays is staggering, but as we look closer at the rumors circulating about his background, it becomes clear that the trauma of 2022 was just the first of many battles he would have to fight in the court of public opinion. As Foster's star ascended in early 2026, a dark undercurrent of digital speculation threatened to dismantle his carefully crafted image, with Truth Seeker accounts claiming the singer was a complete fabrication. The identity scandal of 2026 will go down as one of the most bizarre chapters in modern music history. In an era of deepfakes and misinformation, John Foster became a primary target for conspiracy theorists. The accusations were as varied as they were intense. Some claimed he was actually 24 years old and had been a failed industry plant in Los Angeles years prior. Others insisted he was a secret, illegitimate descendant of country legend Dwight, hidden away in Louisiana to build a grassroots story. These claims weren't just harmless internet chatter. They began to affect his bookings and corporate sponsorships. The rumors of his age were particularly damaging, suggesting that his innocent teenager persona was a calculated lie to garner more votes during his time on television. Our investigation into these claims found no merit, yet the damage to his reputation required a full-scale intervention. Foster was forced to go live on social media, showing birth certificates and childhood photos to prove he was, in fact, an 18-year-old from Addis. But the connection proved harder to shake, as the physical and vocal similarities were undeniably striking. This period of his 2026 life was marked by a defensive posture, as he fought to reclaim his own name from the algorithms. The psychological toll of having thousands of strangers debate your very existence cannot be overstated. It revealed a disturbing side of fame in the 2020s, where the truth is often less interesting than a well-constructed lie. Foster's team had to hire specialized digital reputation managers to scrub the most egregious exposed videos from the web. But as any reporter knows, once a rumor is out, it never truly dies. This conflict between his authentic self and his digital shadow remains a core struggle for him as he navigates the remainder of the year. Perhaps the most shocking revelation of Foster's 2026 career is not what he gained, but what he was willing to walk away from, a prestigious future in the medical field that he officially abandoned this February. John Foster was never supposed to be just a singer. In early 2026, records from Louisiana State University confirmed that Foster had officially withdrawn from his biology pre-med track, effectively turning his back on a career in oncology. This wasn't a decision made lightly. Foster was a valedictorian with a near-perfect ACT score, a rarity in the entertainment world. His desire to treat cancer was born from the same place as his music, a need to heal after seeing so much pain in his community. However, the demands of a Nashville recording schedule and the physical exhaustion of touring made the dual life impossible. This sacrifice has become a polarizing topic among his. Some see it as a brave pursuit of a dream, while others, including some of his former mentors in the medical community, worry that he is trading a stable, life-saving career for the volatile whims of the music industry. In a 2026 interview, Foster admitted that the decision felt like betraying a version of himself that wanted to help people in a tangible way. To compensate, he has pivoted his 2026 philanthropy toward cancer research, using his platform to raise funds that his medical degree would have eventually provided. This internal conflict, the scientist versus the artist, is visible in his lyrics, which often favor clinical observation and raw, unvarnished truth over typical pop country tropes. The shocking element here isn't a scandal, but the sheer weight of the intellectual potential he has set aside. As he stands on the Grand Ole stage, he is constantly reminded of the hospital halls he left behind, a trade-off that continues to haunt his personal reflections. Behind the closed doors of Nashville's most exclusive boardrooms, Foster's 2026 success is being guided by a silent partner who knows exactly what it's like to carry the weight of an idol crown, Underwood. By mid-2026, it became clear that John Foster wasn't just another runner-up struggling for a record deal. He had been effectively adopted by the Nashville elite, specifically Underwood. Our sources within the industry indicate that Underwood has taken an unprecedented interest in Foster's career, acting as a mentor and protector against the predatory nature of the music business. This relationship has granted Foster access to the Grand Ole in ways that have broken records. By early 2026, he had already performed on that hallowed stage over 10 times. This rapid-fire induction into the inner circle of country royalty has caused significant friction among veteran artists who feel he hasn't paid his dues. The investigative angle here reveals a brewing tension in Nashville, a divide between the traditional path to fame and the accelerated path provided by superstars and reality TV. Foster is caught in the middle of this industry Cold War. While he is welcomed by legends, he is often snubbed by his peers who are still playing dive bars in East Nashville. His 2026 schedule is a grueling marathon of high-stakes performances, and the pressure to maintain the approval of his mentors like Underwood and the board is immense. If he falters, he doesn't just lose a job, he loses the backing of the most powerful figures in the genre. This golden boy status comes with a high price, and as 2026 progresses, the question remains: is John Foster a leader of the new country movement, or is he a puppet of a Nashville power structure desperate for a fresh face? While the cameras capture the standing ovations and the red carpets, the 2026 reality of John Foster's personal life is a story of a young relationship being tested by the relentless machinery of global fame. At the center of Foster's world is Brooklyn, his long-term partner who has remained by his side since his days as a high school athlete in Louisiana. In 2026, the strain of Foster's sudden elevation to heartthrob status has become a focal point of concern for those in their inner circle. Maintaining a small-town romance in the face of international touring and millions of female fans is a task few 18-year-olds are equipped for. Our report finds that while Foster remains publicly committed to, the logistical nightmare of their lives has forced them into a state of perpetual long distance. This isn't just about missing dates, it's about the constant intrusion of paparazzi and the intense scrutiny of their every move on social media. In early 2026, breakup rumors flooded the internet after was absent from a single award show appearance, a narrative that Foster had to aggressively shut down. This illustrates the shocking level of control the public feels they have over his private life. The transition from a local Louisiana couple to a public brand has been jarring. As Foster prepares for his 2026 international dates, including a highly anticipated tour through Europe and potentially South America, the future of his relationship remains the most human element of his story. He is a young man trying to hold onto his past while his future pulls him in 1,000 different directions. The reality of his 2026 life is that he is never truly alone, and yet he has never been more isolated from the life he once knew.